G'day mates, Jake here, and do I have something special for you today? We're embarking on the ultimate spiritual journey around our beautiful planet, counting down the top 10 holiest places on Earth, from ancient temples that have stood for millennia to sites where billions find their faith. We're covering Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and more. And stick around till the very end, because I've got a bonus location that'll absolutely blow your mind. A mysterious ancient city that even inspired horror fiction. But before we dive in, smash that like button if you're ready for this incredible adventure, hit subscribe for more epic content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single one of these sacred wonders. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we're heading to Saudi Arabia and the absolutely magnificent Al-Masjid an-Nabawi, or the Prophet's Mosque in Medina. Fair dinkum, this place is something else entirely. Built by Prophet Muhammad himself in 622 CE, this isn't just any mosque. It's the second holiest site in all of Islam. That iconic green dome you see? That's marking the final resting place of the Prophet Muhammad alongside the first two caliphs, Abu Bakr and Umar. Here's what's absolutely bonkers about this place. One prayer here equals 1,000 prayers anywhere else in the world, except for our number 2 spot, which we'll get to later. The mosque can accommodate over 1 million worshippers simultaneously, and those retractable umbrellas covering 143,000 square meters. Pure architectural genius. The spiritual heart of this place is called the Rawdah, the Garden of Paradise, the area between the Prophet's tomb and his original pulpit. Muslims believe this small patch of earth is literally a piece of paradise on our planet. Every year, millions make the pilgrimage here, often combined with the Hajj to Mecca. At number 9, we're traveling to the mystical peaks of Peru for one of the most spectacular sacred sites you'll ever lay eyes on. Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas. Built around 1450 by Inca Emperor Pachacutec, this wasn't just a royal retreat. It was a sacred sanctuary dedicated to Inti, the Inca sun god. The precision of this stonework is absolutely mind-boggling. Stones cut so perfectly they fit together without any mortar, and they've survived earthquakes for over 500 years. The Incas were brilliant astronomers, and every structure here is aligned with celestial events. That carved stone pillar called the Intihuatana, it's literally the hitching post of the sun, a solar clock that tracks the sun's movement throughout the year. During the winter solstice, the sun sits directly above it without casting any shadow. How's that for ancient precision? What makes this place truly special is how it represents the Inca belief in 3 realms: the underworld, our earthly world, and the heavens. The mountain peaks, the carefully terraced earth, and the sky above all working in perfect harmony. Today, over 1 million visitors annually make the journey here, many following the ancient Inca Trail pilgrimage route. Number 8 takes us to one of the most remote and sacred places on Earth, Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar in Tibet. This 6,638-meter peak isn't just holy to one religion, mate. It's sacred to 4 different faiths. For Hindus, this is the abode of Lord Shiva himself. Buddhists consider it the home of Buddha Demchok and the center of the universe. Jains believe their first spiritual teacher achieved salvation here. And for the ancient Bon religion of Tibet, it's been sacred for thousands of years. Lake Mansarovar, sitting at 4,590 meters above sea level, is the world's highest freshwater lake. Hindu pilgrims believe bathing in these sacred waters cleanses all sins. But here's something incredible. This mountain is the source of 4 of Asia's mightiest rivers: the Indus, Sutlej, Brahmaputra, and Karnali. The traditional pilgrimage, called the Kailash Kora, is a grueling 53-kilometer trek around the mountain that takes 3 days at extreme altitude. Pilgrims believe completing this circuit cleanses lifetimes of sins. Some devoted souls even perform the entire journey by prostrating themselves, lying flat and stretching forward with each step. That's dedication that'd make any Aussie proud. The mountain has never been climbed, not because it's impossible, but because it's considered too sacred. China, which controls the region, respects this belief and prohibits climbing attempts. For pilgrims, just seeing this perfect pyramid-shaped peak is a spiritual experience that justifies years of planning and preparation. At number 7, we're witnessing pure gold brilliance, literally. The Golden Temple in Amritsar, India is the holiest shrine in Sikhism, and honestly, one of the most beautiful religious buildings you'll ever see. Built between 1574 and 1604, this temple is covered in 750 kilograms of pure gold. That's more than 1,650 pounds of the precious metal. But you know, it's not the gold that makes this place special. It's the incredible spirit of equality and service that really defines Sikhism. See those 4 entrances? They symbolize that people of all castes, creeds, and religions are welcome here. And fair dinkum, they mean it. The temple operates the world's largest free community kitchen, serving over 60,000 meals every single day. That's 21 million free meals every year. The langar, as it's called, truly embodies the Sikh principle that everyone is equal regardless of social status. Prime ministers sit on the floor next to homeless people, sharing the same simple meal. It's run entirely by volunteers. Over 40,000 people pitch in daily to cook, serve, and clean. The temple sits in the middle of the Amrit Sarovar, the pool of nectar, which actually gives Amritsar its name. Pilgrims take ritual baths in these waters, believing they have healing properties. And get this, the continuous recitation of the Guru Granth Sahib, Sikhism's holy book, goes on 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Number 6 brings us to the heart of the Catholic world, Vatican City, and the magnificent St. Peter's Basilica. At just 44 hectares, it's the smallest country in the world, but crikey, what a powerhouse of faith and art. This incredible basilica was built over 120 years, from 1506 to 1626, right on the exact spot where St. Peter, the first pope and chief apostle, was buried. The current structure actually replaced an earlier 4th century church built by Emperor Constantine himself. The numbers here are absolutely staggering. It's the largest church in the world by interior measurement. And that dome designed by Michelangelo. It's 136 meters high and dominates Rome's skyline like nothing else. The basilica can hold 60,000 people, and during major papal events, over 80,000 squeeze in. Under the main altar lies St. Peter's tomb, confirmed by archaeological excavations in 1939. But it's not just about history. This place is alive with faith. Millions of pilgrims annually touch the bronze foot of St. Peter's statue, worn smooth by centuries of devotion. It's one of the 4 major basilicas of Rome and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Whether you're Catholic or not, standing in St. Peter's Square surrounded by Bernini's magnificent colonnade is a humbling experience. This is where papal conclaves elect new popes, where millions gather for Christmas and Easter celebrations, and where the faithful come seeking blessings from the successor of St. Peter. At number 5, we're journeying to the birthplace of Buddhism itself, Bodh Gaya in India, where Prince Siddhartha became the Buddha and achieved enlightenment over 2,500 years ago. This is where it all began, mates. Around 528 BCE, a young prince sat beneath a Bodhi tree and meditated for 49 days straight until he achieved perfect enlightenment and became the Buddha, the awakened one. The tree standing here today is a direct descendant of that original tree, making it possibly the most historically significant plant on our planet. That red sandstone slab you see is called the Vajrasana, or diamond throne, marking the exact spot where Buddha sat during his enlightenment. Buddhists believe this is the center of the universe, the point where all Buddhas of the past and future achieve enlightenment. The Mahabodhi temple standing here is an architectural marvel from the 5th to 6th centuries CE. That's 1,500 years old and still standing strong. It's the oldest brick Buddhist temple in India and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The temple's survived invasions, neglect, and the test of time, because Buddhists worldwide have never stopped coming here. What's beautiful about Bodh Gaya today is how it represents Buddhism's global reach. you'll find monasteries built by Buddhist nations from around the world: Tibet, Thailand, Myanmar, Japan, Sri Lanka, each with their unique architectural style, but all centered on this one sacred spot. For Buddhists, this is the ultimate pilgrimage. Whether you're a monk from Tibet, a devotee from Thailand, or a Western convert to Buddhism, standing where the Buddha achieved enlightenment is the spiritual experience of a lifetime. Number 4 takes us to the spiritual capital of India, Varanasi, also known as Kashi, the city of light. Fair dinkum, this place has been continuously inhabited for over 3,000 years, making it one of the oldest living cities on earth. For Hindus, Varanasi isn't just a holy city, it's the holiest place on the entire planet. They believe dying here guarantees moksha, liberation from the endless cycle of death and rebirth. That's why you'll see elderly pilgrims who've spent their life savings just to come here for their final days. These 84 ghats, the stone steps leading down to the sacred Ganges River, are like nature's amphitheater for spirituality. Every morning before dawn, thousands come to bathe in the holy waters, believing it washes away lifetimes of sins. The most famous is Dashashwamed Ghat, where that spectacular evening Ganga Aarti ceremony happens every single night. At Manikarnika Ghat, the cremation fires have been burning continuously for thousands of years. They never go out. Hindus believe being cremated here ensures your soul goes straight to heaven. It's confronting for us Westerners, but for Hindus, it's the most sacred thing possible. Death in the city of Lord Shiva. The entire city is essentially one massive temple complex. Over 3,300 Hindu religious sites packed into narrow, winding medieval lanes. The most sacred is the Kashi Vishwanath temple, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas dedicated to Lord Shiva. Every devout Hindu dreams of visiting here at least once in their lifetime. At number 3, we're standing before the Western Wall in Jerusalem, the holiest site where Jewish people are permitted to pray. This isn't just ancient stones, mates. This is the last remaining wall of the Second Temple, Judaism's spiritual heart for over 1,000 years. These massive stones were placed here over 2,000 years ago by King Herod the Great. Some of these blocks weigh over 100 tons. That's heavier than a fully loaded passenger jet. How they move stones this size without modern machinery is still a mystery that'd make any engineer scratch their head. See those pieces of paper stuffed into every crack? Those are prayers written by people from around the world. Over 1 million prayer notes are placed here every year. Everything from healing requests to prayers for world peace. Twice a year, all these prayers are carefully collected and buried on the Mount of Olives in accordance with Jewish tradition. For Jewish families, celebrating a bar or bat mitzvah at the Western Wall is the ultimate spiritual milestone. You'll often see emotional scenes of families who've traveled from around the world to mark their child's coming of age at Judaism's holiest accessible site. Above the Western Wall sits the Temple Mount, where both Jewish temples once stood, and where the Dome of the Rock now sits. It's a complex situation. While the Temple Mount is Judaism's holiest site, political and religious agreements mean Jews can visit but not pray there. So the Western Wall becomes the closest they can get to their spiritual center. The wall never closes. It's accessible 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Whether you're Jewish or not, standing before these ancient stones that have witnessed 2,000 years of Jewish prayers is profoundly moving. According to Jewish tradition, the divine presence never departs from the Western Wall. Number 2 brings us to the absolute center of the Islamic world, the great mosque of Mecca and the Kaaba. Fair dinkum, this site is unlike anything else on earth. Up to 2 million pilgrims moving in perfect harmony around this sacred cubic structure. This simple cube, standing 15 meters high and draped in black silk called the Kiswa, is the focal point for 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. 5 times every day, Muslims everywhere face toward this exact spot for their prayers. According to Islamic tradition, this was originally built by the Prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael over 4,000 years ago. The ritual you're hearing about is called Tawaf, 7 counterclockwise circles around the Kaaba that every Muslim must complete during Hajj pilgrimage. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, required of every able Muslim at least once in their lifetime. The Hajj brings together Muslims from every country, race, and social class, all wearing simple white garments that eliminate any sign of wealth or status. Within the mosque complex is the Zamzam well, believed to be the same spring that saved Abraham's wife Hagar and their son Ishmael in the desert. Pilgrims consider this water sacred and healing. That glass-encased footprint you hear about is the station of Abraham, where the prophet stood while building the Kaaba. Imagine a 4,000-year-old footprint. The mosque itself is the largest in the world, covering 88 acres and accommodating over 2 million worshippers simultaneously. Those retractable umbrellas provide shade during the scorching desert heat, and the engineering required to manage crowds this size while maintaining the sacred atmosphere is absolutely mind-blowing. What's incredibly moving about the Hajj is seeing the unity it creates. Rich and poor, young and old, from every continent, all equal before God, all performing the same rituals their ancestors have done for 1,400 years. It's the largest annual gathering of human beings on our planet, and it happens here every single year. And here we are at number 1, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, Christianity's holiest site. This is where Christians believe Jesus Christ was crucified, died, buried, and most importantly, rose from the dead. For 2 billion Christians worldwide, this is the epicenter of their faith. Walking into this ancient church is like stepping back 2,000 years. That marble slab you hear about is the stone of anointing, where according to Christian tradition, Jesus' body was prepared for burial after the crucifixion. Pilgrims place religious items on this stone, believing it sanctifies them with the most sacred moment in Christian history. Upstairs, you can actually touch the Rock of Calvary, the very spot where the cross stood. It's encased in glass now, but pilgrims can reach through small openings to touch the actual rock, where according to Christian belief, Jesus died for humanity's sins. The emotional intensity here is absolutely overwhelming, but the absolute heart of this place is the edicule, that small marble chapel housing the Holy Sepulchre itself, the tomb of Jesus. Only a few people can enter at a time, and pilgrims sometimes wait hours for their 30-second moment inside the tomb, where Christianity believes death was conquered forever. Every Orthodox Easter, this place hosts one of Christianity's most mysterious ceremonies, the Holy Fire. According to Orthodox tradition, a flame miraculously appears in the tomb and is used to light thousands of candles. Whether you believe in the miracle or not, seeing 10,000 candles lit from a single flame in this ancient space is absolutely spine-tingling. What makes this place unique is that it's shared by 6 different Christian denominations under an agreement called the status quo that's been in place since Ottoman times. Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholics, Armenians, Ethiopians, Syriacs, and Copts all have their designated areas and times for worship. Sometimes it gets heated. They take their responsibilities seriously. That ladder you hear about in the window, it's been there since at least 1860 and can't be moved because none of the denominations will give permission. It's become a symbol of the delicate balance required to maintain peace in Christianity's holiest site. And now for our promised bonus location that I guarantee will blow your mind. Nan Madol in Micronesia, often called the Venice of the Pacific. This place is so mysterious and impressive, it actually inspired H.P. Lovecraft's fictional city of R'lyeh in his horror stories. What you're hearing about is the only ancient city ever built entirely on a coral reef. Between 1180 and 1628 CE, the people of Pompeii created 92 artificial stone islands connected by a canal network, using basalt logs weighing up to 50 tons each. The engineering achievement rivals the Egyptian pyramids, and here's the kicker: they had no pulleys, wheels, or metal tools. The main mortuary complex contains 13,500 cubic meters of coral fill and 4,500 cubic meters of basalt. That's enough stone to build a modern skyscraper. Local legends say the massive stones were levitated into place by twin sorcerers using black magic. When modern engineers tried to replicate moving these stones using traditional methods, they failed completely. Here's what's absolutely mind-boggling. This incredible feat of engineering receives fewer than 1,000 visitors per year, compared to Easter Island's 50,000. It's so remote and mysterious that most people have never heard of it, despite being arguably more impressive than many famous ancient sites. The site is still guarded by traditional chiefs who trace their lineage back to the original rulers. Modern Pohnpeians consider the ruins haunted and avoid visiting at night. Recent underwater excavations suggest the complex extends much deeper than we can see, hinting at an even more massive construction hidden beneath the waves. Despite modern technology and archaeological investigation, we still can't explain how they built this place. It remains one of archaeology's greatest unsolved mysteries, a genuine lost civilization that achieved the impossible and then disappeared into legend. Well mates, there you have it, our incredible journey through the top 10 holiest places on Earth, plus that absolutely mind-blowing bonus site. From the birthplace of world religions to engineering marvels that still baffle scientists, we've seen how humans across every culture and continent have created sacred spaces that touch the divine. What strikes me most about these sacred places is how they remind us that despite our differences, humans everywhere have this incredible drive to connect with something greater than ourselves. Whether it's through ancient stones, golden temples, or natural wonders, we're all searching for meaning, peace, and transcendence. If this journey inspired you as much as it did me, smash that like button, subscribe for more incredible adventures around our amazing planet, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another Should I Go video. Drop a comment below telling me which of these sacred sites you'd most love to visit. I read every single one. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and remember, our world is absolutely extraordinary. Catch you later, legends.